AITA for telling my wife to stop acting out in front of my mom.
My wife and I had our baby boy 5 weeks ago. Everything's going fine, no health problems or complications whatsoever. However, my wife is often exhausted, so I let my mom come over to help out with cleaning and stuff. I can barely have time to work, and also, at the same time, spend time with the baby and bond with him a little bit. Thing is, my wife acts strange whenever she sees my mom with our son. She'd make a face and talk to her in a descending tone, even raises her voice at her, causing mom to feel heard. I asked my wife about it and she said it was because of what my mom is doing. I asked her to elaborate and she complained about mom holding the baby for long and taking forever to give him back to her. Mom argued that my wife could ask nicely instead of outright yelling, but my wife defended herself, saying that she only starts raising her voice after she's already asked a couple of times and mom won't listen.
They started arguing and mom started crying. That's when I felt enraged, pulled my wife aside and told her to stop acting out, and that if she keeps this up then we won't get any more help from mom. She argued that she was trying to feed our son and that it was awful of me to think of it as acting out. I said I understood her frustration, and yes, mom can do things that require some patience from us. But a little kindness can go a long way in keeping the peace in this difficult time. She called me selfish and said that it's easy for me to say when I'm not the one dealing with this. From there the argument escalated despite me trying to cut it short. I went outside to calm down, and after that my wife started cold shouldering me. I told her this was not okay, but she told me to go skew myself and that from now on out I should deal with taking our son back from my mom when it's time for feeding, since I condone this behavior.
I really am not condoning anything and really think she's stressed out, yes, but the way she behaves around mom is, in my opinion, not okay. ETM, my goodness. I'm seeing so much anger here. I'm sorry I cannot respond to you all, but I just want people to calm down and understand that I in no way agree with some of my mom's behaviors. Just how my wife reacts is not okay, and that's all. Really. Thank you very much though. Okay. Have a nice day.
When my milk came over after the birth of our daughter and pulled this exact SHT, my husband's reaction was to physically take the baby from his mom, hand her to me, and show his mom to her car. You support a new mom by supporting her, not by trying to make things easier for yourself. AITA. Edited to add, a mother should never have to ask for her child to be returned to her more than once, no matter who has them or the circumstances. Especially when it pertains to caring for the baby. This is a bananas thing to have to say. If a mom wants her child back, give them back.
The talk you had with your wife should have been a talk you had with your mother. YTA. Trying to picture how I'd feel if I gave birth 5 weeks ago. Had to ask multiple times to have access to my own baby. And then my husband told me that I was the problem. I wouldn't feel good about my marriage. That's for sure. Did you marry her just to get a grandbaby for your mom? YTA. Yeah, my mom can do some things that require some patience from us. Your logic is backwards, dude. Your wife doesn't have any patience. She had a baby 5 weeks ago. You may think there's no complications or health problems, but she's still physically recovering. Her hormones are all over the place, and what she needs is for you to have her back and support her. The cluelessness of some fellas. Be enraged at your mom for making your wife upset. Pull your mom aside and talk to her about her being the one that's acting out. How about you show some empathy and kindness to the woman that grew and birthed your kid? JFC. YTA. Also, if your mom is holding the baby, that's not helping. She's helping if she's doing dishes or making a meal so your wife can rest with the baby. YTA. Your mom sounds like a meddlesome pest. Your wife shouldn't have to ask more than once for her baby. Put your mother in her proper place and stand up for and support your wife. YTA. So let me be sure I've got this straight. Your mom needs patience and kindness, but your wife who just gave birth gets an enraged reaction from you for needing to enforce that when she says it's time to give the baby back. It's time to give the baby back without pulling in, only if you ask nicely, routine? Who are you under the impression you're raising this child with? Dude? If your mom's help is not only getting in the way of your wife being able to do her job but preventing you two from operating as a team, then no, you really don't benefit from placating her at all costs. YTA. And your edit only solidifies it. I in no way agree with some of my mom's behaviors. Just how my wife reacts is not okay. So you think your wife should sit there with a dumb smile on her face while your mother keeps him from her and refuses to let her grandson be fed in a timely manner? Pulees. It's pretty clear you're letting your mother run roughshod over your wife. And you're doubling down by saying she should manage her reaction. You need to get control of your mother. Apologize to your wife profusely. And start directly helping out with your son and household. Yesterday. ETA. Verdict. Info. What is your mother actually doing to help out you and your wife? In regards to cleaning and household management? If by helping, you mean holding the baby while your wife takes care of all the household drudgery, that isn't helping. YTA. It sounds like your mom is just coming over to hog the baby and not even actually help. I love this. Classic mommy's boy. Wife is secondary to mommy's feelings and wants. Baby is secondary to mommy's feelings and wants. Just give the baby to your mom and ask her to marry you, dude. Why pretend anymore? Clearly you don't care about anyone other than your mommy. YTA. My dude. Your mom, helping with the baby, includes not giving him back when wife asks multiple times for him. To the point that your wife has to yell at your mom to give the baby back so she can feed him. And you think your wife is the problem here? YTA. YTA. Your wife just went through a major medical procedure bringing a child into the world. Whether you get that or not, it's her child, not your mother's. So your wife should never be in a position where she has to ask more than once for your mom to give the baby back for any reason. As it happens, though, your wife is literally trying to nourish y'all's offspring. So your mom is the one who needs to accommodate your wife, not the other way around. And you should have your wife's back rather than attacking her for her perfectly understandable upset. It's wild to me that you're describing your wife's behavior as acting out, as though she's a toddler throwing a tantrum. She's an adult and a parent. By your own admission, she doesn't start by raising her voice, but only escalates to a raised voice after your mother ignores repeated requests to give her infant back so she can feed him. Your mother's behavior is overbearing and unacceptable. It's also extremely manipulative the way she starts crying when called on it. Why do you not frame that as acting out, I wonder? The fact of the matter is you are condoning your mother's behavior. You pulled your wife aside to tell her that she's the one who has to adjust her behavior and expectations to accommodate your mother, not the other way around. That's tacit approval and enabling of your mother's behavior. If in fact you don't condone her behavior, you need to take your mother aside and tell her to cut it out. YTA. YTA. Your wife, a new mother, is asking for her baby back and baby is not being given. Your mother is not helping. If she wants to help, let your wife feed and cuddle her baby and your mom does dishes, laundry and otherwise stay away. You are going to damage your relationship with your wife if you don't pick her. And letting your mom do as she pleases is going to damage the relationship between your mom and your wife. Pick your wife, your new baby, over your mother. Listen to your wife when she says she's asked. YTA. Your wife will never forget that, during one of the most tearing, difficult, and vulnerable moments of her life, you didn't have her back and chose mommy over her. Ew. Sorry, but YTA. Your wife shouldn't have to ask multiple times to have her baby handed back to her. Your mom isn't helping, she's just making your wife feel even more exhausted and stressed, and you are enabling your mother's behavior. I'm a midwife and your wife sounds like every other mother, protective over their baby. She's not acting out by wanting her baby to be with her despite feeling absolutely exhausted. It's a biological need to keep our babies with us. There's a reason other mammals keep their young with them and not with other females in the group. Because they don't want the baby to attach to the wrong female. You don't have that biological bond to your baby, so I can forgive that. But it's 2022 and there's no reason for you to not have educated yourself on becoming a parent. Postnatal depression affects a ridiculously high number of women and around 25% of new fathers. Perhaps try empathizing with your wife and her physical, emotional and biological health. YTA+++, she just gave birth. YTA. Here's what you should have said. Mom, the baby needs to be fed and the mother of my child needs to feed the baby. You are not the mother and you have no say in this matter. If you came to help, then actually help my wife with things around the house and take the baby only when that's needed. Otherwise get out and stop stressing my wife and mother of my child. Instead you are letting your mom walk all over, stressing out an already stressed new mother, who by the way may have complications from not feeding the child on time such as cancer. And your child might be malnourished and not develop properly, and making her the bad guy. YTA. And so is your mother. Grow up and see your priorities. Be a parent and not a pushover. Granny holding the child when the mother asks for the child back is not cute and it's not helping. YTA. Speaking from experience, 99.999999% of people who say they're coming over to help really mean they're coming over to hold the baby. As a guise for hold the baby to give mom some free time, but really they just want to hog the baby. Mom doesn't want free time from the baby right now, which she will inevitably end up using to clean or do chores anyway. She wants someone to do those things so she can hold and take care of her baby. Your mom's guise of helping is likely just a way to get more baby time. Happens all the time. Double asshole points if you asked aloud your mom without checking with your wife first to see if that's what she even wanted. YTA. Your mom came over to help out. Holding the baby is not helping out. I don't even have kids. But I've heard many times that the way to help a new mother is not to hold the baby, but instead to take care of everything else around the house that needs to be done so that the new mother can just hold her baby. The baby's only 5 weeks old. Your wife is allowed to be and act stressed. And it should go without saying that if a mom asks for her newborn baby back, she should get her baby back. Also, another poster made a good point. YTA for even describing it as acting out. YTA. That baby needs to eat and bond with his mother, not his grandmother. Your mom is not helping, she's just there to hold the baby. Send your mother home and cut the apron strings.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.